A Jamestown man is reportedly missing after failing to return home from ice fishing yesterday. The Stutsman County Sheriff's Office is investigating a missing persons report. JCTV correspondent Matthew Nies has more on the story.
Stutsman County authorities continued their vigilant search today for an individual reported as missing on the Jamestown Reservoir. Authorities were searching for the man last night as well after his concerned wife contacted authorities when he did not return home from fishing on the reservoir. Stutsman County Sheriff Chad Kaiser is in charge of the recovery operation.
Well, we had reports last night that an individual didn't make it home from ice fishing. That was about 10:30 last night. Did some ground search of the area. His vehicle was here, ice house was here, and then this morning we continued with the search, getting the dive team involved. We did do some ice diving earlier with no results yet at this time, and right now we're still working with the dive team and underwater cameras and things like that. We also, Game and Fish Department flew the area with no results of that as well. So we're still searching the area that we feel strongly where a good possibility that he might have went in if he went in the ice.
Sheriff Kaiser says he is unsure of the man's whereabouts and conditions.
He's been missing since last night, so we're hoping for the best.
The ice on the reservoir is about 4 inches thick in some areas, while in others it is not nearly as thick.
There was one spot that was kind of open water, maybe an inch of ice on it. So that's kind of the area where we're looking at.
Sheriff Kaiser says they are waiting on the results of the underwater camera search before they will determine what their next step will be.
If we get more information in, we're going to follow any leads that we can get. Right now, after this, we're going to have to regroup and figure out which area we want to go to next.
For JCTV Channel 16 News, I'm Matthew Nies in Jamestown.
The ice fishing season is here. Parts of the reservoir are safe to use, but other parts may still require more time to freeze. Gene Eckhout with the fisheries is the fisheries supervisor for the Jamestown, North Dakota Game and Fish Department. He says ice isn't considered safe to support a person until it is at least 2 inches thick. Currently, only portions of the reservoirs have ice thick enough to support people. Bob Martin manages the Pipestem Dam. He says there's currently water flowing in both reservoirs and that this has a potential to make ice thinner. Alan Schlegg is a hydrologist with the National Weather Service. He says strong ice should appear smooth, clear, and have no air bubbles. Well, today new fossils have been added to North Dakota's state fossil collection. Several fossils were found in the state over the summer. Remains from a rhinoceros and a Tyrannosaurus rex were among them. State paleontologist John Hoganson said the rhinoceros remains are 30 million years old. Other fossils found date back 60 million years. The rhinoceros remains were discovered in the South Hart area, and the T-Rex tooth was found near Bismarck. The fossils are now part of the collection in the Heritage Center in Bismarck. Today, the United States Postal Service announced it would be reducing services in order to cut costs. The service reduction would most likely eliminate next-day air deliveries for stamped letters. This would dramatically change delivery times for first-class mail. In September, the U.S. Postal Service announced it would be closing 252 of its 487 mail processing centers. Today, they said they will continue with those plans and expect closings to begin as early as March. Postmaster General Patrick Donahoe says, quote, "We're in a deep financial crisis today because we have a business model that's tied to the past." South Korea today has agreed to send over $5 million to North Korea. The money will be used to purchase medicines and nutritional supplies to malnourished children. This agreement is the most recent indication that tensions between the divided countries are being eased. South Korea also intends to help fund construction of a medical clinic in North Korea near the border of the two countries. Well, we finally have at least a little snow that seems to be sticking around. Jessica Gulseth is with us now to let us know if we can expect more. Jessica?
Thanks, Caleb. Welcome back, everyone. Not much for weather this weekend. It has been snowing on and off since yesterday afternoon, and it's slowing to a halt now. This afternoon, although sunny, was only about 13 degrees. Think that's cold? We'll make sure the heat is on tonight because that's nothing. Tonight is going to drop down to 3 degrees. Much of the week will be like this, cold during the day and then getting even colder as the sun goes down. Tomorrow will be a little warmer than today, about 25 degrees with some wind as well. Tomorrow night will be partly cloudy with a temperature of about 18 degrees. Wednesday will be more than likely the warmest day this week, a high of almost 30 degrees for the day, but dropping almost 20 degrees for the night. Thursday, another day like today with a high in the mid-teens for most of the morning and afternoon, and then sinking to a low of 2 degrees. And like every other day this week, Friday will be cold and then even colder. For most of the day, we'll see temperatures in the mid-upper teens, almost 20, and night temperatures, at about 10. The lack of snow put some of us in denial that winter even existed, but no need to deny it anymore. Winter is here. Stay warm, Jamestown. Now back to you, Caleb.
Thanks, Jessica. Sounds like it will be a very cold week. Well, in sports this weekend, the Jimmie men's basketball team had an easy win over Oglala Lakota College. Sunday afternoon, the Jimmies beat the Bravehearts 115-46. The Jimmie women had an even greater win than the men on Sunday when they played the Bravehearts as well. Final score of that game was 111-19. Well, that's the news for this Monday, December 5th, 2011. I'm Kaleb Hruby. Please join us again tomorrow when we'll again be connecting the campus with the community.